I don't know a single guy in our community or guys that I hang out with that are, I've talked about this before, that are, I don't mean to get off topic. I'll come back on the ship. I promise I'll steer it back. But I don't know a single guy that's charismatic, that's good looking, that takes care of himself, has options with women, again, in good shape, good money. I don't know a single one of those guys that's still struggling with dating. So whenever somebody comes and says, hey, man, like women are all 304s or there's no good women out there, it's like, not my experience, not the experience of my good close friends that are all crushing it in life, not our experience. So what's the common denominator here? If it's you versus me and I'm getting good women or my friends are getting good women and you're not, then you're the common denominator, especially if we're going after the same pool of women. It's not like we know these secret like women that are behind these closed doors that they're hiding out there somewhere. Just like there's not these magical men that these women are looking for that they just can't find. They just don't exist. But I digress. Again, I hate talking about the sports references. I think this is where I was going with this because I know you guys know what I know about sports, but this is the world that I grew up in and this is what I know the most. And we can use other examples. We can use guys like Musk. We can use guys like Bezos. Excuse me. We can use guys that are changing the world and that have recognized, look, it's no secret that people have been pissy about Amazon and Tesla and Twitter working conditions. Like if you're working there, people have complained about long hours and the benefits are shitty and that like he's running a slave group. It's like, dude, no one's putting a gun to these people's head and saying you have to work here. Right. So, but he's saying that to get ahead and to put a rocket on Mars and to build SpaceX and to build Tesla and to become a billionaire, do all these things, like that's what it takes. You have to be willing to do things that people aren't willing to do. The reason that Michael Jordan is the greatest basketball player of all time, I'm not going to get in like Jordan. I swear to God, if anybody says something like Jordan, LeBron, I'm not going to have a debate on this. This is crazy. Not because I believe one or the other, because I just don't care. But this idea that why Michael Jordan is heralded as the greatest of all time, you know why? It's because all that dude did was win. 6 championships, never lost the finals, never let it go to game 7, literally retired, came back, and then won 3 more championships, right? Like the reason Kobe Bryant was heralded as one of the greatest of all time and people aspire to be after that guy or they aspire to be like him is because all he cared about was winning. He didn't care about being a good teammate. He didn't care about being your buddy. He didn't care about being liked. He cared about winning. And when you talk about the greatest people in the history of the world, what do they have in common? They were winners. Alexander the Great, the greatest conquerors ever, conquered half the damn world. You know why people remember him? Because he won. Go back to the Wooden example. You know why people take him seriously and they say, hey, we can learn from you and your leadership because you won. If you didn't win anything, nobody would care what he had to say. So if you want people to take you seriously, you got to put in you have to have the results. A lot of people think just showing up is enough. And it's not enough. It's a lot because the vast majority of guys will not even do that. So most guys won't even show up. And then when they do, and the guys that do show up, most of the guys that do show up won't put in the actual necessary work. It's the same reason that if you go to the gym, which most people still don't do, but hopefully you are if you're watching this and you're in the chat, the most people that you see, it's so rare that you'll go to the gym for a certain amount of time, like 3, 6 months, 9 months, a year, 2 years, whatever, and you'll see somebody that used to be fat or used to be flabby and they've gotten jacked. It's almost never happens. They're either like that when you met them and they just stayed that way, or they just stayed normal looking. Because most people think just showing up is just enough. And most people are doing jack shit when they actually are showing up. So if you are somebody that A, shows up and B, puts in 100% effort and crushes every time you do show up, you are in such small company. Like you are you are the 1% of 1%. It is minuscule how many people are able to do that. And it's not even hard, man. It's really not even hard. It's really not even hard to show up and just try. And that's what helps. That's what gets you to do winning. Like most people are losing. It's because they're not showing up and they're not trying as hard. but they also don't care about the winning. They think just showing up and doing their best is just enough. And this is just what keeps people plugged in and pacified. Not to continue to belabor this point and go around in circles in it, but there's so much unearned superiority with so many people where it's like, hey, dude, where's your body of work? Like, what have you done? Why should I listen to anything you're saying? People say that shit to me, and that's okay. Like, that's fine. If you like what I have to say, then great. If you don't, then that's cool too. I've got references. I've got people that have seen it. I mean, it's tough to walk the line because on one hand, I don't want to put my entire private life on the internet for strangers to dissect and be a part of and know things about me. I think that's super weird. But I also understand that with that, there's going to come skeptical people that's like, well, we don't really know if you're about that life. We don't really know if you're this or you're that. So I understand that's a hard tightrope to walk, but I'm also not saying you guys need to listen to me and I'm this genius. And I've never claimed to do that. I'm just like, look, man, I'm a guy with some opinions. I think I've done some things. I think I've got some good things to say, make mistakes. I'm fallible. I'm human. I think what I'm building with these communities and what we've been able to do is pretty awesome. And, like talk to the guys in the group and they'll be my representatives. Like they will be my testimonials, my reps, my advisors, if you so to speak. And it's not just because they're buddies, man. Like, again, if I stopped doing this stuff, I stopped providing value, I stopped providing trips and opportunities for those guys to get better, and I stopped running it, then they would leave. It's the reason these guys stick around, and the reason we're building in the way that we're building is because I think what we're doing is working. So in any case, it's so easy, man. I'd say it's easy, but it's simple. But a lot of people are going to push back on this. And I know that. And I know people are going to think it's not about winning. It's about being a good person. And I just think these are lies that people want to tell themselves to stay comfortable because you're getting a consolation prize for losing, or it still gives you superiority. It still gives you superiority over people. It's like, it's always that cope. It's like, oh, well, Elon Musk is a bad guy. Yeah, he may have all this money, or Jeff Bezos is a bad person, or these guys they might have all this money, but they're bad people. I'm better than them because I'm a good person. It's like, who are you talking to? No one's listening to you. Like, you have no influence. And it's just a cope. Like, everybody wants to be able to have money. Everybody wants to be in good shape. Everybody wants to have men, especially men solely. They want to have good relationships with attractive women that have GBD for them. And so few guys have that. So the obvious answer is just to point fingers and say like, oh, those guys aren't really happy. I'm really happy. I guess whatever it is, you got to tell yourself so you can sleep at night, man. But I deal with people all day, every day. Like, I'm in the business of human behavior.
All right, guys, I really hope that you enjoyed that clip. If you want to check out the full-length podcast episode, you can find that right over here. Also, make sure you visit my website over here where you'll find my supplements, the opportunity to book me privately one-on-one for coaching, and most importantly, my new School of Unplugging, which you'll find on the Courses tab. Newer to the channel, hit subscribe.